A story we are just bringing you up to date now in the northeast of England and Teesside. This was about the mysterious deaths of tens of thousands of crustaceans, crabs and lobsters.
Yeah, well, the government have been looking into it. They say this was caused by a large algae bloom that caused the deaths. But those in the fishing industry have actually rejected this conclusion. And our northeast of England reporter, Rachel Sweeney, has been speaking to them about it.
Fishermen have dismissed the government's concluded investigation into the deaths of tens of thousands of crabs and lobsters. The Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs says toxin-producing algal blooms are to blame. But the North East Fishing Collective says that's utter rubbish, and they've paid for an independent investigation.
We got the CFAS chemical analyses. And I went through that, and CFAS had done a fairly good job on analysing crab samples, a little bit of water and a little bit of sediment sample for a whole range of chemicals. The majority of those chemicals were present at levels of less than 1 milligram to the litre. Some chemicals were present at 10 or less milligrams to the litre, and one chemical called pyridine was there in the impacted crabs in the impact area at levels of up to 430 milligrams to the litre.
And this is something the National Federation of Fishermen's Associations wants looking into.
I think the independent report that's been produced makes some interesting comparisons. Particularly, I thought the comparison with Cornwall, with crab from Cornwall, which shows much lower levels of pyridine, well, that needs explaining.
DEFRA ruled out dredging, sewage, chemical pollution and undersea cabling. A spokesperson said, "Our sampling established that no pyridine was present in the water or sediment samples we collected, but was detected in crab tissue from both impacted areas and non-impacted areas elsewhere in the country. As such, any levels detected in crab tissue are likely to be linked to biological processes and not necessarily from the environment." Mr. Deere-Jones believes the deaths began at Teesside Freeport, the site hailed as of key importance in the government's levelling up agenda.
It is now being geared up to take bigger ships, so they're having to dredge the channels deeper than they have ever been dredged before to get the bigger ships in, and they may well be also dredging dockside sites in order to make berths for ships bigger than they've ever had in before. They don't know when this is going to damn well stop, these fishermen. So that's the root of their frustration. They're sitting there, they're paying for the maintenance of the boat, they've paid their licences to fish for the year, and they can't fish and they can't sell anything. And it's all dying in front of them.
The fishing community is now calling for a halt to dredging operations. DEFRA's investigation is concluded, but the independent investigation continues. Rachel Sweeney, GB News.